welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into one of my roommate horror stories. Overall, I have been pretty lucky when it comes to roommates. Except for one semester, I had all random roommates throughout college. To this day, I consider those roommates to be some of my best friends. But my first semester of my sophomore year of college, I had one of my horrible roommate experiences with someone that I considered to already be one of my best friends. Let's get into it. We'll call my roommate Sophie for the sake of privacy and complications and things. Sophie was a very dramatic person, like me. She was also very attention hungry. She wanted attention from boys, she wanted attention from other girls. She just wanted attention. Sophie also came from money. Her family was very wealthy, very well off. So let's start with freshman year. Sophie and I were best friends. Sophie, my friend Sarah, and I would hang out every night in our dorm. We lived on the same dorm floor and we were even in the same learning community, which was a focused group of students that lived together, did different projects together, just kind of learned to love each other together. We were best friends by the end of freshman year, so why wouldn't we live together sophomore year? It just seemed like an easy transition. We already got along great, so we thought, let's do it. Let's be roommates. We were moving across the street from our freshman dorm to this dorm building that had been there for many years, but had recently been updated and had brand new wood floors put throughout the entire dorm. In this dorm building, each bedroom had its own bathroom, so it was kind of like a suite-like feel. Sophie was going to study abroad at our campus in Italy for the second semester of our sophomore year, so it was really just gonna be us September through December. It was gonna be great. However, the problem started very early on. It started when my dresser needed to be put in the bathroom because there wasn't room in our bedroom. There was enough room for her dresser, but not my dresser. A little weird. The second problem was my fault, but it did create tension between our relationship. I got written up for having an unused candle in our room. According to dorm policy, you're not allowed to have candles in the bedroom, and your RAs, or resident assistant, is that what they're called? Comes around and checks to make sure you don't have any of the contraband items on their list, and I guess candles are one of them. So during this check, I got written up for having the candle. I had to go meet with the resident director and ended up having to write a paper about why campus security is so great. It was a bunch of BS, if you ask me. So after all of that early drama, you know, we were still getting along great. She kind of had her own life because she was in a sorority and I wasn't. So I would go to work, I would go to class, I would do all these things, and she was often hanging out with her sorority sisters, going to chapter meetings, doing homework with them, different things like that. So we lived our two separate lives, but we're still kind of friends. Probably around October, Sophie got sick with pneumonia. Now, I know pneumonia is a very serious illness. I understand it's really intense. You get liquid in your lungs. You have to, you know, go see a doctor and get medicine maybe. I don't know. I know it's very serious. I'm not trying to make light of pneumonia, but I have never seen anyone act as sick as she did. If I didn't know what kind of person she was, I would have honestly felt really bad for her. But she never followed any of the doctor's instructions to lay low, take it easy, sleep, rest, whatever. She would just go out and about, do all these social activities, do whatever. It's like she just wanted people to feel bad for her being so sick. But if you can go to the bars and bar hop on a Friday night, are you really that sick? Or are you just crying out for attention? While she was sick with pneumonia, one night I came back to our dorm after a long day of going to class and working and Maybe it was just a really stressful day and that's why I remember it so well, but who knows. And I was just kind of frustrated with her whole fake sick thing or not listening to doctors thing. And I walked into the lobby of our dorm building and saw her and a few of our friends who also lived in our building standing around this bin. Now, our school offers these large, probably like 3-by-2 foot bins, if you will, that are meant to be used for when you're moving into the dorm in the beginning of the school year and then moving out at the end of the school year. They're pretty deep. They're huge bins with like 4 caster wheels on them, just these massive bins. And so I walked in to see like 4 girls and my roommate standing around this bin. It was tipped on its side and they were trying to get my roommate in the bin because she was too tired to walk 10 feet to the elevator. I mean, the drama. Come on. Like, do you really need a bin to help you get to the elevator and then get to our room? It was just so dramatic and so over the top and so crazy. She was just calling out for attention and these girls were giving it to her. It's like, come on, people. Come on. Come on. Another instance during this time that she had pneumonia, I decided that I really wanted to get my dresser out of the bathroom and into her bedroom. So I enlisted the help of my best friend Sarah, and she came over. She lived on our same floor, just on the other end of the hallway. So my friend Sarah came over and was helping me, you know, move it out of the bathroom. It was so heavy. Why do I remember the weirdest parts of things? I remember the dresser being so heavy and we're like, you know, shoving it and moving it. And Sophie, my roommate, was sick in her bed. We're like, you know, we got this. We don't need help. We're just gonna move the dresser out of the bathroom and into her room. We already made a little space for it. You don't need to worry about it. So my friend Sarah and I moving the dresser into the spot I had saved for it, and it was really hard to get in there. So Sophie jumps out of bed and starts pushing it and just like, you got it. And I was like, okay, thanks, Sophie. Like, thank you for your help, you know, whatever. And Sarah was like, okay, I'm leaving, bye. Well, as it turns out, Sophie went and told all of our mutual friends or other people that lived in our dorm building that Sarah and I had made her get out of bed and help us move the dresser. So now Sarah and I look like the bad people to all of our friends and to all of the people in our lives, and it wasn't the case at all. Wasn't the case at all. Okay. So sad. The last straw that kind of broke the camel's back was when I got the flu. This was the real flu. Like, I went to urgent care, they stuck that thing up my nose and tested me for the flu, and it came back positive. So, not just trying to make you guys feel bad for me having a cold. It was the flu. So, but I was lucky enough to catch it early enough that I got on Tamiflu, which if you get on Tamiflu in like the first 48 hours or something of having the flu, it'll shorten your illness to about a week, I think, rather than having to go the whole 3 to 4 weeks that the flu usually lasts. But even though I got on Tamiflu, for that week, I was so incredibly sick. I had 3 jobs, I think. Only 2. I had 2 jobs at this time. And I had to keep calling off my jobs because I was so incredibly sick. I could barely move. If you've ever had the real flu, you know what I'm talking about. You feel like you're dying. I mean, a ton of people go to the hospital and die from the flu every year. So the flu is very serious, and it honestly rubs me the wrong way when people claim they have the flu, but it's just a cold. Sorry, I said it. While I had the flu, I slept a lot. Like, anytime I didn't have to be out of bed, I was in bed sleeping. And I was just resting. Like, I wasn't going out to bars. I wasn't socializing with friends. I wasn't even working, you know, and I needed to work to make money to support, you know, get myself food, get myself social stuff, whatever. So it was intense. While I had the flu, like Sophie exaggerated her pneumonia, I think Sophie thought I was exaggerating my flu symptoms. She would invite people over in the middle of the night of both sexes, so both guys and girls, over to our dorm room in the middle of the night while I was passed out in bed, sick, so incredibly sick. And they would eat food, drink, steal my food, and then take pictures with me sleeping in the background. Not cool, Sophie. Not cool. I'm really proud of myself for not saying her real name this whole video. It's been really close a few times, but we did it. I know this isn't probably the worst roommate story in the world, but when you're 2,000 miles away from home and have no family close by or anywhere to go and escape your roommate from, or anywhere to go to escape your roommate, there we go. It's really hard. And when you have to be in a dorm room that's teeny tiny, the size of half of a studio apartment, it's hard. And all of these little things just weigh on you and start to build up on top of each other until it finally explodes. Anyway, it was a really bad experience, and it's safe to say that by the end of the semester, Sophie and I were no longer friends. I haven't talked to Sophie since the day I think we both moved out. She went off to study abroad, and I ended up moving to the downtown dorm building and meeting some of the best roommates I've had ever, I think. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Also comment down below if you want to hear my part 2. I have a different experience with roommates. This time it was 4 different roommates that I had a horrible experience with. Let me know if you'd want me to do a video on that. I think that about wraps it up. Thanks guys. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.